All right, we are live, 9:30. Welcome to Avoiding Chores, a Friday night hangout, our weekly maritime kitchen party here on Google Plus Hangouts and our Best of podcast. I'm Jim Cyr, and tonight we'll be going over a few of our topics from the past week, what we are drinking tonight, and a round of plus ones, or stuff we saw online that we want to talk about. Joining me on the panel tonight is Carrie from Cape Breton tonight. How's it going, Carrie?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
And the main topic for tonight is the Halifax Story for tonight, which is Dalhousie University can't stop spending money either on the dentist scandal or paying retired administrators. Our Maritime Story tonight is Harper's secret meeting in Cumberland-Colchester. Will you get in? And our odd story is Man Lives a Life as a Goat, which I think is better than a bear. But first, let's start off the way we normally do, or proper way, which is what we are drinking tonight. So I'll start with me, and we'll let the panel join in afterwards here. I am drinking tonight from Boxing Rock the Bottle Blonde, which is a blonde rye ale. It's 5%, and it is a heavy rye ale, American rye ale. So apparently the grain bill was around 35% rye, and it is a nice light color, a light golden color here. Not too much carbonization, but it has a very almost spicy note to it, and the taste is that spicy rye taste there when you're drinking bourbon there. Very smooth, pretty drinkable at 5%. It reminds me a little bit of the Sweet Ride from Garrison and Bose that they released last fall. And actually, I think Garrison is the only ones that have done some ryes here locally. But so far, this is good. It does get better as it warms up. So the Bottle Blonde Rye Ale, nice and drinkable here. Let's move on to Carrie. Carrie, what are you drinking tonight?
I got some Black Angus from Breton Brewing, one of our local craft beer establishments. It's a black IPA, but I don't think it's too dark as what it normally should be. Or maybe it's just because of the name is fooling me. I haven't had one in a few weeks, so I'm going to sample this one here, and then I'll let you know more about it later on.
All right, sounds good. Let's join out in Newfoundland. Mike is with us tonight, Mustang 774. How's it going, Mike?
Good, and you?
Good, good. Mike, what are you drinking tonight?
I picked up something from local craft brewery, Yellow Belly. It's Robert the Spruce Ale. Very nice.
Okay. And what's the ABV on that?
That is 5.5, and it's a 1 liter bottle.
All right, excellent. Good stuff. So with that, we got a few people joining us here, watching us live. So we're going to continue on, and you can interact with us, give us comments here. Just use the hashtag Friday Night Hangout, and we'll be checking Twitter and the YouTube tonight. Since Mike is here, we're not going to check the website tonight. But feel free to use the social media, use the hashtags to comment. So let's start with the first story here, which is the local Halifax story. But first, we got a incoming call from Dan. How's it going, Dan? All right, Dan's with us here. Dan is...
that would be Senior Foreign Correspondent Dan.
Oh, that's right. Dan, what is the current temperature? Is there a delay?
Sorry, you cut in a little bit there, but oh, I see you've got a beer.
Oh, we're sorry, Dan. But Dan,
Sorry,
what is the temperature right at your location, Dan?
It's 3:30 in the morning, and it's roughly about 35 degrees Celsius right now.
Oh, so it's a nice cool night then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. It was 48. It was 48 degrees earlier today.
Wow. Can we tell people a little bit where you?
No, not really. No.
No. Okay. Perfect.
We'll just get sandy, and you'll notice that there's a nice little thing up back there too.
All right. So give an idea of people watching us what Dan is up to there. And
actually, I'm here since I see you're going to be talking about what you guys are drinking. I thought I'd at least talk about a beverage that I water. It's very nice, refreshing. I don't find it very hoppy, but I do highly recommend it if you're in the region. That water seems to go a long way, so I get a big thumb up for that.
all right, good stuff, Dan. And Dan, is it because it's 3:30 that time? Are you like still on Canada time? Or are you operating on local time over there?
This is 3:30 local time.
Oh, okay.
I'm still operating. I operate on local and or GMT time, according to what you're doing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about our first topic, Dan. Hopefully you can stick around for that. Hopefully the connection maintains. Or
well, I'll try and listen to at least the first topic, and then it's time for me to hit the hay afterwards. So yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right, perfect. Thank you for our foreign correspondent, Dan, with us. We're going to start the first topic here, which is Dalhousie University can't stop spending money on the dentist scandal or even paying retired administrators. So this is we learned this week that Dalhousie spent over $500,000, $600,000 on the dentistry scandal on various PR firms and lawyers and this and that. And we also learned that the retired president of Dalhousie is getting almost $500,000 for the next few years, and he's been retired for the last, I don't know, year or two. So he'll be collecting a lot of money. So this is at a time where tuition is going up. And the actual professors, the grunts at the field level, they're having a tough time swallowing this. Guys, what do you think about Dalhousie? They're going a little crazy with their spending. Carrie?
It was a scandal, and it was a bad thing, and then it did hit the press hard, and I don't think they needed that much money to recover from it, because it was bad, but nobody really got hurt. I'm going to say this, but a lot of people could have got hurt more about it, but they weren't. And I don't know. That's my feelings on it.
I think there's more mileage on the fact that the president is getting paid $500,000 for like 5 years after retiring, rather than the fact that we know how much they pay the PR companies, the crisis management firms for that. So I don't know. It's
Oh, Dad's making jerky. Oh, I don't know if we're supposed to make noise.
all right, we're gonna mute Mike here. There we go. So we lost our foreign correspondent Dan. We lost him.
Oh,
so but we gained Lee tonight. How's it going, Lee?
Yeah, hey guys, my day went better than planned, so I actually do have time to join you.
wow!
Excellent, good stuff.
Welcome in, Lee. Welcome in.
Lee, we were just doing what we're drinking tonight. I don't know if you.
I was doing a couple of reviews, sent to me by the Albino Rhino, and right now I'm drinking one of the student brews from the Niagara Teaching College, where they have the brewery course there. It's My Ale. They don't really tell you what the hell it's supposed to be.
Excellent.
But it's good though. So
but they
whatever.
It.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
It must be a good program if they can can somebody's beer.
part of a student spirit too. That's kind of cool.
Mhm.
We were talking about Dalhousie University, Lee, how they seem to be spending money for the dentistry and retired administrators and stuff. And I don't know if you've been following those two stories that came out this week about the money being spent or not.
I don't know. I don't know a lot about it, but I get the impression that they're trying to like. It almost seems like they're trying to like move a bunch of people out by paying them off and then changing things maybe at the university. That's what it sounded like to me anyway. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. And then they tell you, oh no, it's common practice to work into your contract once you're in that level that once you retire, you essentially you stay on the payroll for 5 years to,
Oh, that's retarded.
ease the pain.
Ease the pain in my ass. What are they, Canadian senators all of a sudden now? Because, I mean, come on. You do your job. In the case of senators, you do your public service, quote unquote, and you get paid buttloads of money afterwards. Like, no, I don't think so. When people break their backs actually doing real jobs and they don't get that, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is pretty. It is. So anyway, I think we kind of beat this one up pretty good. Let's move on to the maritime story here, but it's still in Nova Scotia. But I don't know if you know, we have like 60-something days until the Canadian election. Because of that, Stephen Harper is going to do a appearance here in Cumberland-Colchester County, or the riding of. But it's a secret. You got to register online, and once they vet you, you can get in. They won't tell
Wow.
they won't tell you until maybe tomorrow. So I am eagerly awaiting my approval. No, I'm not.
No, that's like getting approval to the brown shirts or something like that. I mean, screw that crap.
Now, apparently, this is like his third visit in the riding. The last little while, his wife even came for a visit there. So I don't know if they're targeting this riding. They're afraid to lose it.
He must actually be concerned at this point. Just the Senate scandals and stuff alone have kind of. They seem like they've jostled some people to maybe switch away from him. It's the same old Canadian politics. Every government we seem to have has these big, massive scandals, and then after being in for like 10 years or so, they finally get booted out, and then the next government comes in saying they're going to change everything, and then they do the same goddamn crap as the last government.
Yeah. Carrie, what are you thinking up there?
About the same thing that Lee is thinking, that there needs to be, well, there probably will be a change, but who is he targeting to put into that riding, and are they going to be worthy of the vote when they get there? The same way, who is going to replace his other heavy hitter there from Central Nova? That's another one that's going to be a good.
Yeah.
He's got to load. You got to try to load them places up, and that's what he may be doing.
It will be definitely interesting come October to see how things are going to shake out, and it'd be kind of interesting to see what the seat distribution is going to be once everything's all said and done there. So, will the Orange Crush continue out west?
Put 2 coolers in the freezer.
It's amazing. The NDP, they've had a track record of making gains quite a bit, but they seem to lose it within like the first couple years. Whenever they make a gain, they seem to just drop the ball, and everyone gets tired of them really quick. So.
Yeah, true. But people seem to be liking Mulcahy. I don't know if you guys watched the debate that we had last week, but I watched it on my tablet while I was in bed. Watched like an hour of it there. I kind of liked Elizabeth May's performance. I think everybody liked what she was doing there, and I don't know if you guys caught it or not.
No, but I mean, it's the same problem the U.S. has. It's like the third party just really is non-existent. I mean, no matter how good they sound, no one wants to take a chance on them, it seems. So.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the next topic. because you are listening or watching the Friday Night Hangout. We do the best of podcast edition, doing things a little bit different tonight here, so bear with me as we go through the script the first time. Let's take a look at our weird or odd story for this week. Man lives life as a goat, which I think is a little bit better than a bear, because the last guy who did that kind of didn't make it. So I posted the link here. It's on Vice, and this guy from England decided that he wanted to live for a few days with goats and got prosthetics made and wanted to maybe eat grass and have a fake stomach to ruminate the grass. And anyway, at the end of the day, he spent like 6 nights or 6 days with the goats, with a herd of goats in Europe somewhere. And what came out is this photo exhibit. But I'm looking at these pictures, and this guy is just, I don't know.
He's nuts.
He's strange. Very, very strange.
At least he didn't. I'll give him this. At least he picked an animal that probably isn't going to kill him. I mean, goats can probably still mess you up, but probably not as bad as, like, say, has anyone ever seen that documentary Grizzly Man?
Yeah.
Like that guy. Yeah, that guy he was up living with the grizzlies in like Alaska or wherever the hell it was, and he eventually got himself and his girlfriend killed. Because basically he was nuts, and he had more. He felt he was in touch with the grizzly bears or whatever, and then finally one of the grizzly bears reached out and touched him, and he's dead now. But yeah, don't pretend you're an animal, because you're not a wild animal, and you're messing with wild animals, and wild animals don't like to be messed with. So it can end up being really bad for them and really bad for you.
Carrie, do you have dreams of roaming with the moose in Cape Breton, or?
No.
No.
Have you ever seen a moose up close? No.
Yeah,
they're not a Cape Breton one, but yeah.
They're only twice. Yeah, they're only twice as tall as you and will mess you up without thinking twice.
Well, we definitely.
Yeah, well, this guy walked around the Alps with this herd of goats for a while, and I don't know. They accepted him for what he was, but I don't know. Kind of strange. Somebody with 3 days of nothing to do or whatever. Oh, actually, he spent 6 days. 6 days. He lived with him for 6 days, and then he went 3 days as a solitary goat. So if he found his nirvana or whatever, then I guess he was happy.
Hey, live the dream. Live in the dream. Oh my Lord.
What kind of grass was he eating?
Yeah, I know. Like, was he like making sure that he was eating the right kind of stuff, or
maybe he could spend the next 30 years of his life actually being a real human being and getting a job and getting a fucking life. Jeez.
All right, let's take a break here and refresh our content streams here. You can interact with the Hangout for people who are watching by using the Friday Night Hangout hashtag on the following platforms. You got Twitter, YouTube tonight. Because of the shortened panel, we'll be monitoring those 2 things here. So we'll give a chance for whoever wants to grab YouTube. I think, Carrie, you had the YouTube up here.
Yeah.
And I was just checking Twitter here, the hashtag. Don't see anything going on tonight so far. So we are in our summer schedule. So that means that people got plans, especially this long. This feels like a long weekend, but it's just a regular weekend. One of the last summer weekends, really, and then after that, you're back to school and normalcy. The end of the season. You do your final dance competition or dance show, Dirty Dancing. I don't know what was it. The show, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. Carrie, anything on the YouTube comments?
Nothing on YouTube comments.
No. Okay.
2 people watching, but nobody commenting.
No, that's okay. They're probably like last week. They were outside by the fire and their campfire and just watching the Hangout on the side on their tablet.
Oh man, I tell you what, a pack of assholes.
Stalking us on YouTube.
Oh, well, that's okay. All right, let's do a quick recap of what we are drinking tonight. So we're just going to expand a little bit on the tasting notes to give a chance for people to get an idea of what these beers are about, and maybe if it tickles their fancy, they might go and try it out here. So I am drinking from Boxing Rock the Bottle Blonde, 5% blonde rye ale from Boxing Rock in Shelburne, 5% ABV, light gold color, very little carbonization or very little head to it. Has a little spicy aroma there, very heavy with the rye. Apparently the grain bill was 35% rye.
Yep.
So a nice, easy drinking, a little spiciness from the rye. Goes down pretty smooth. Pretty darn drinkable, I will say.
Yeah, it's I thought it was pretty. It's not one I'm going to want to buy again. I mean, it's really good, but at the same time, I think it's my least favorite Boxing Rock beer. All said and done. But it's essentially your light blonde, golden, whatever, pale ale kind of thing, and it just has a little bit of a rye kick to it, so it's a little slightly different. I like it, but it's not something I'd buy again from Boxing Rock. But yeah, it's good. I mean, and you say about the carbonation, I think all their beers are pretty low in carbonation. Like I don't recall ever having a Boxing Rock beer that had a lot of carbonation to it. So that's just the way they go. Yeah,
good point. Carrie, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm still drinking the Black Angus.
Mm-hmm.
It's an IPA. Nice light color to it. I guess it's medium gold color. Flavors, the hop flavor is pretty good. Spicy, but not too bad. Feels smooth. It's the second time I've tried this one, so I'm beginning to like it.
Now, would you say that the hops is more on the piney side or on the citrus side of things?
Good, going on probably a little bit of the piney side.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm not getting that over hoppy thing like I normally do when I start sneezing and everything else. If it's too hoppy.
Excellent. All right. It sounds like a good brew there from Breton Brewing. Lee, what are you drinking tonight, sir?
Yeah, the one of the small batch brews. So it's one of the student brews from the Niagara Teaching College, their brewery program. It's the My Ale. I have no idea who brewed it. It's one of the things I really don't like about this brewery is like their student brews. They don't give you a picture or a name to put towards the brew, and they don't really tell you what's in it or anything like that, or really what the style is supposed to be. They just give you the percentage and the name of the beer, which is disappointing because I'm thinking, if you're a student in that college, would you not want to have your finished product with your name on it and a picture on it and something you could put up on the mantle and be proud of, an accomplishment? Mm-hmm. But that being said, and this is probably totally useless for anyone watching or listening, because they'll probably never try it because it's a very limited thing, so they'll probably never see it, right? But it's essentially, think Sleeman's Cream Ale with slightly more body, a bit more perfumey in the nose, and a slight toasty character in the actual taste, and that's essentially what you're getting here. So it's kind of a cream ale with a bit more complexity to it, and it's really nice. So whoever did it, on the slight chance that they actually have watched or listened to this hangout, good job, very good job.
Wow, that's good.
All right, excellent. All right, we'll do a round of plus ones. This is a new bit for the Hangout, which is basically we do a round and talk about the one thing that caught our attention this week. Either give it a plus one, a like, a retweet, or whatever, and we'll talk about it. I'll go first since I got mine already here, and maybe some of you have seen this already, but out in BC in one of the new ridings, there is an independent candidate that put up a advertisement to vote for Parliament, Wyatt Scott, and he did a pretty much a crazy advertisement. He was flying on a Canada geese. He took a sword. He slayed a dragon. High-fived an alien and had Superman heat vision beams coming out of his eyes to destroy a giant robot, intent on destroying the city. So he definitely probably produced the best ad for Parliament in this election season here. So that was my +1. I don't know if you guys seen that one or not, but I thought it was just...
Yeah, I did see that. That was interesting, yeah.
All right, Lee, do you have a +1 for the...
I do! A very encouraging, enlightening, heartfelt, invigorating story that I saw sort of making the way through some of the news sources on the old interwebs. Bull gores Matador Francesco Riviera Ordonez, an attack that seemed to go on forever. Good for the bull, because I think fucking bullfighting is abhorrent, disgusting, and needs to be abolished. I don't care if it's part of your culture. Screw your culture. Your culture is demonstrably evil and corrupt if it supports this shit. I love every time I hear a story about a bull just sticking its horns right in these assholes and spilling their guts all over the friggin' place. I love the running of the bulls where the bulls trample people. Good for the bulls.
Is that the same guy who got caught? He was either doing a selfie or checking his phone as the bull was coming. Is that the same guy, or
I don't think
somebody else?
No, I think it was someone else. This is a bullfighter, so
Okay.
but he actually got in the ring, and he these big brave machismo-filled bullfighters who fight these bulls that have already been stabbed half to death before they get in the friggin' ring, so they're kind of drowsy and can't fight much. But hey, this bull still had a little bit in it, and it gored the stupid ass, and good for the bull.
Carrie, you traveled around a bit. Have you ever been to one of those bullfights? Carrie?
No.
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 Okay.
No. Haven't traveled that part of the world yet.
Okay. See, Mike's still trying to jump in here. We had briefly our foreign correspondent Dan for a few minutes. I think he probably used up all his data allowance for the month by jumping in here. But it was good to see Dan still alive. And yeah, Mike's having a little bit of trouble tonight. Technical difficulties. Carrie, what is your +1?
My +1. Recently, on the west coast, the west coast of Cape Breton, there was a pot of pilot whales that were beached, and somebody saw the whales floundering on the shore, and there were some tourists from Ontario and other places that managed to go out and rescue 10 of them. However, 6 of them perished. But what I'm thinking about this is that although it happens frequently that these whales will beach themselves, it's an immensely heartfelt feeling when somebody else or humans go out and help these creatures back to where they're supposed to be. That's all the other stuff with crazy humanity that's going on in this world. Some of those things are pretty neat to see and hear about. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No. And I was seeing a video on YouTube today about a couple guys who were at first it looked like they were gonna mishandle a pelican on the boardwalk.
Oh yeah,
really,
yeah. I saw that one too.
But the pelican had fishing line around its mouth, so they were actually trying to help the pelican take the string off around its beak there. So there's still some good. What else is going on here, boys? Since we got a little bit extra time here, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which is hitting theaters today, which I'm noticing now a lot. I don't have cable, so I don't know if there's been any ads or not in the theater. A story here that was kind of interesting. I don't follow Canadian football much, but I am following Michael Sam's journey with the Alouettes, which came to a close today. So.
Oh, was he the openly gay player?
Yeah, and then he tried out in Montreal, then he left, came back, and then did a few snaps or jumped into the game. And
I hope he makes a lot of people feel uncomfortable.
He probably will.
Yeah.
So
a lot of homophobic people around, especially in sports.
Let's see, what else is going on here? We had that huge explosion in China.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that. That was crazy.
Looks like another example of their sort of lax safety rules for stuff.
Mm.
I mean, they have miners dying all the time. Like, just their mines are so like incredibly unsafe. Every once in a while it leaks out that they have some mining disaster, or just tons of people die or get trapped and then eventually die. Like, it's. I'm actually kind of surprised that we don't hear more of these things coming out of China.
Well, was it the plant that does the iPhones, Foxconn? They have had a bunch of problems last year. I tend to remember about people suicides and all that stuff. We got Mike back in from Newfoundland. Mike, we were just going over our plus ones for tonight. There, wondering if you had a plus one.
Paralympic Games, the Pan Am Paralympics.
You been watching a lot of it, or
following a lot of it this week, especially the wheelchair rugby. It's awesome. Yeah, and a lot of swimming too.
Yeah, I remember watching the I think a little bit of the volleyball. I think earlier this week, just the recap there. But
yeah,
and that's usually a 2-week thing too, right? Or
I believe it's only a week. I think they're finishing up Saturday.
Okay. I didn't watch any of the regular Pan Am games a couple weeks ago in Toronto.
No.
Just not into it. Into it.
I watched a little, but the Paralympic one is, or Pan Am Games is really good.
Excellent. I see here, I should have mentioned it there, but in one of our main topics, but the news that Sesame Street is going to HBO this fall. For the next 5 years, they'll be footing the bill for.
Big Bird's going to have a whole new meaning come the next season.
And of course, we could do the joke here: map up an HBO show with the Sesame Street character, and like True Blood gets extended for another season. The Count comes in to Bon Temps and all that stuff. Let me throw the dog outside here for a second. Cookie Monster shows up in Entourage.
Yeah. Sounds like they're trying to expand their portfolio a little bit. Not just be the network about violent murders and tits. So.
Yeah.
Usually the dog goes out before the hangout, but he's been on a different schedule lately.
Summer schedule.
Yeah, summer schedule. And now he's going to do his barking thing. Oh. Must have been the cat entering his territory. I don't know if you guys could hear all that, but oh well. What else is going on? But this is the funny thing here. They make it sound like it's a big win-win, but really they're changing the shows from 18 one-hour shows to 35 half-hour episodes, and 18 hours into half hours is 36.
This is weird. Were they on PBS this whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just kind of seems weird. Like it seems like it's gonna maybe change it for the worst, like dumb it down or something like that. Although I haven't been following Sesame Street for the last 35 years, so I don't really know how it has changed over the years. But it just seems like that's a move that's going to probably dumb down the product and maybe not make it as good for kids anymore. Make it more entertainment based. Hey, every week we're going to have Justin Bieber on fucking Sesame Street. Oh, great! That's the kind of guy you want on Sesame Street. Guy pees in a mop bucket. So, yeah, I don't know.
Where did Oscar pee?
that is a difficult question to answer. Yeah.
I guess he had to use the can.
At least they didn't go to AMC, because next thing you know, Snuffleupagus and Big Bird would be making meth in the back there in Mr. Hooper's old store.
All right, let's do a quick last little check of comments here, and geez, I think this is going to be the shortest hangout.
Oh my God.
On record here, because we just blew through I don't know how many topics here. It was crazy.
Wow, what's the best of show going to be like? Is that going to be the shortest best of, or what?
Best of's going to be shorter than you.
Did I swear enough to really cut it down, or what's going on?
No, I think I'm going to keep all the swearing there, just liven it up a bit. For everybody who's watching there, we do the best of podcast version here, so we'll just edit things up a little bit and make it a little punchier and stuff. So don't got any comments here on the Twitter, and anything on YouTube, Carrie, or we're all good?
No, we're pretty slow.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up for an evening there, a little quick one there, but that's okay. Summer schedule, we'll do another one. Check out on the Avoiding Chores website, we'll have the pages up there. The schedule is set until September, and then after the long weekend in September, we'll be resuming the normal weekly schedule. But for now, we'll take a week break and then come back in 2 weeks' time. And I'd like to thank the awesome panel for joining me on a Friday night, and to those of you who've been watching us live. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and we'll leave you with our traditional send-off, which is good meeting.
Good meeting.
Good meeting.